Hello and welcome to yet another flight report here on Strictly Flying. I hope you're doing fantastic. Welcome to a cold and rainy Monday morning here in Stavanger, Norway. On today's episode, we will be flying a domestic flight with SAS Scandinavian Airlines from the city of Stavanger and up the coast to the city of Bergen. However, before we kick off this trip report, I'd like to say a few words about the changes that SAS has made recently to both its fleet and also its future in its current alliance, Star Alliance. As many already know, SAS is most likely going to move to a new alliance, namely SkyTeam, sometime this year. However, I'll get back to that in the very end of this video. Also, before we start, remember there are timestamps in all of my videos where you may skip ahead to the parts that interest you the most. Welcome on board. So let's start off by talking about the current fleet that SAS operates with. Now, SAS has for as long as I can remember operated with a wide range of different aircrafts. Now, in my younger days, I remember flying domestically with both the DC-9, the MD-80 and even the Fokker 50. Now, these aircrafts were however rapidly phased out by the newer Boeing 737s and also by other aircrafts by wet leasing CRJ-900s from CityJet and ATR-72s from JetTime. But the Boeing 737 was always seen as SAS's workhorse for over 2 decades, and it wasn't until around the time after the COVID pandemic that SAS started to gradually phase out all of their 737s and replace them with the newer Airbus A320neos, and very recently the Embraer E195. And it is the latter that we are gonna fly on today up to the city of Bergen. On November 19th of 2023, SAS flew their very last 737 from the Swedish city of Stockholm to Oslo in Norway and had the registration Lima November Romeo Romeo Bravo. After a quick search on my own channel, I actually found a trip report of me flying on this exact aircraft from the city of Stavanger up to the city of Bergen, the exact same route as I am flying on today. Out here on Strictly Flying. I hope you're all doing fantastic. In this episode, we are going to be flying with SAS Scandinavian Airlines, and we are taking a flight from the Norwegian city of Stavanger up north along the coast to the city of Bergen. And the aircraft that is going to take us up to Bergen is a Boeing 737-700 and has a registration Lima November Romeo Romeo Bravo, and this aircraft is. Now, I will leave a card with a direct link to that trip report if you wish to watch that episode. The card should appear up in the right-hand corner right now, but if you missed that, there is also a link available in the description below. Also, I have added a link to Flight Radar's 24 own trip report on flying on the 737 with SAS from Stockholm to Oslo in the description, so remember to check out that as well.
Welcome to Stockholm, Arlanda, and this evening we have an extra special one for you because we are on the last 737 flight that SAS is ever going to operate. This is the last time passengers will fly on the 737, and the aircraft 737-700 Lima November Romeo Romeo Bravo has just pulled up at the gate.
But let's continue our episode where we are yet again going to fly with SAS to Bergen. However, today we are flying on the Embraer E195, and the aircraft that is taking us to Bergen today has a registration Sierra Echo Romeo Sierra November, and this aircraft is currently 16 years old. After passing security, my eye caught the attention of this beautiful aircraft parked all the way up to the terminal, so I had to have a closer look. Now, personally, I've never flown on the Boeing 757, unfortunately, but it was a real treat to see this aircraft up close. Now, this particular aircraft had the registration Oscar Echo Lima November Charlie and is 28 years old already. A quick look on Flight Radar 24 confirmed that it had arrived from Copenhagen in Denmark and will continue its journey to Cologne in Germany later today. Anyways, it is almost time for boarding, so let's find our gate. Welcome on board the Embraer E195, and as you already can see, the leg space is not that great, despite that I'm flying on a business class ticket seated in row 5. All of the seats are exactly the same and are equipped with USB power outlets behind each seat.
Good afternoon from the flight deck, Captain here. My name is Janos, and on behalf of SAS Airlines, we would like to welcome you on board this flight to Bergen. Flying time today is 25 minutes. We just need the last paperwork here, then we can go. And the flying conditions are quite good. So the weather in Bergen at the moment, cloudy and 1 degree. In a minute, we would like you to pay close attention to the safety briefing and just enjoy the flight through Bergen. Thank you.
We will now perform a safety demonstration. Please remove your headset and pay close attention. This is as long as flight mode is activated during the entire flight. If you are charging electronic equipment, be sure to monitor your device during charging. Contact the crew member if your device goes hot or produces smoke. Smoking and use of electronic cigarettes is not allowed on SAS flights, including in the lavatories. We wish you a pleasant flight. og mine kolleger og jeg vil ønske deg hjertelig velkommen til oss i SAS. Setebelte skal være feste så lenge skiftet setebelte på, og vær samtidig forsiktig når du åpner bagasjehyllen. På denne korte flyvningen har vi i dag ingen servering. Jeg håper du får en behagelig reise sammen med oss. Enda en gang, hjertelig velkommen til bord.
As this is such a short flight, less than 30 minutes, there is no onboard service available. The flight today took us straight up north along the coast, passing the airport of Bergen before doing a 180-degree turn to the right and landing on runway 17 to the south.
Cabin for landing. We ask you to raise your seat back table to the upright position and ensure that the window shades are open, seatbelts are fastened, and the safety on board card in your seat pocket is reviewed. USB cords must be disconnected from the seat charging port and device holders stowed. Cabin baggage must be placed either under the seat in front of you or
welcome to Bergen Flesland Airport. Now, before I end this video, I promised I would say a few words about SAS's future with Starlines and its move to the SkyTeam alliance sometime this year. As of right now, there is very little information about if or when this is actually going to happen. However, the fact remains that KLM and Air France have already taken a 19.9% share in the company and the Danish government a 25.8% share, and the remaining being other private investors such as Castle Lake Investment Fund taking the biggest share with 32%. Now, obviously, KLM and Air France won't make such a large investment without SAS joining their alliance, so everything points in the direction of SAS leaving Star Alliance and moving to SkyTeam within this year. And it will be interesting to see how the future of SAS will look, as they have been struggling financially for decades now with several bailouts from both investors and the Scandinavian government. In my own personal opinion, I do think this is the very best outcome for SAS, and I do wish the company and all of its staff the best of luck in the future. So with all of that said, all that is left is to say a big thank you for joining me on yet another flight here on Strictly Flying. As always, if you enjoy my content, then a like on my video is greatly appreciated, and you might even consider subscribing to my channel to get notified on future uploads. Until the next time, I wish you safe travels, and hopefully I'll see you on the next flight here on Strictly Flying. Until then, take care. Bye bye.